3, 4, 5, 6 okay, like break-evens or hits. And the dude, since 2005 with Four Brothers, has directed one movie, Abduction, flop, with Taylor Lautner in 2011. It took him 6 years to get another movie out, and then 5 years, going on 5 years now since that. The only thing projected is since Abduction, he got to make one episode of Empire, and he's doing a TV movie called Snowfall, whatever the hell that is. So I'm saying something's up when a guy with that kind of talent and a solid track record at the box office.
But I think it's like if anybody who should be boycotting, then maybe don't have the blacks boycott. Whites should be boycotting. Liberals should be boycotting because they're basically saying, "Hey, this is something that you fight for. You believe that,
right.
So instead, because we getting ours, but you're not getting yours, and then so it's not fair. So if we believe that you should be getting yours, tell you what, we're not showing up. Okay, so you got to get more of, the white cats out there and women to stand up and fight for this and get more work. Yeah, if this is what you want, if this is what they believe.
Pull a George C. Scott and watch hockey that night, and fucking take selfies of you watching hockey like you did.
Even Brando didn't believe in it. Brando didn't believe in it either. He said, "You guys, he see the game that you guys are playing. You're trying to basically control everything. We don't want. And we'll tell you what we want and what we don't want. Now, if you want to go in that world, please understand what you're dealing with, what you're going to try to fight for, because you got folks that." No matter don't you sit sometimes and you go, wow, that didn't win an Oscar? No. Color Purple didn't win anything. And it was directed by Spielberg. Look it up. They didn't win a thing.
Oh, no,
I think Quincy Jones might have got something, but they were nominated for 11.
Yeah.
And you saw the cast.
Yep, nominated for 11, no win. Or let's see. I don't think it
was.
Wow.
So who? And it didn't matter if you had Spielberg. But guess what? But then Spielberg did Schindler's List, and he won.
Yeah, I want to address what Carl was bringing up about Singleton not working in the past 5 years. When you are directing a film, that is a grind, man. That is like 18 hours on the set, no sleep, eating junk, eating on your feet. And if you have millions of dollars in the bank, you don't want to put your body through that bullshit at 45 years old.
No, I'm sorry. Spielberg sometimes does 2 movies a year. I just looked up Antoine Fuqua, another prominent black director. That dude's got like 4 projects stacked up for his set for the next 2 years.
But you know why?
He's going to die after
because Antoine Fuqua has.
I think it's Fuqua, but anyway.
Anyway,
I just say it sounds a little weird to say Fuqua.
Tony F.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Well, the fact is, the guy did Arthur, which did well with Clive. He's worked with so many different people, and he did Training Day. Okay, Training Day, did very well. The guy, the people believe in his work, and that's what it is. And now he's got Equalizer.
And people don't believe in Singleton's work.
I didn't say that, Carl.
Well, I'm saying something is.
Well,
it's very rare for a white director to have as many hits as Singleton, and I need to have a 6-year break and a 4-year break and a.
Well, but I'm
sorry, man.
But there you go. As I just said, then the whites need to question. Why aren't these particular people working? Okay, if there's,
exactly.
Blacks are already questioning it. You don't have to worry about them.
No, I'm saying,
but the white people need to say.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
yes, that's a problem.
Well, does Singleton have a pet project that he wants out, and he doesn't want to bother with anything else?
No, he's been trying to put stuff out for the longest.
No, again, he made Abduction with Taylor Lautner. The guy's not exactly. Setting up his dream projects, I don't think. But I mean, like, even F. Gary Gray, who now he's red hot again because of Straight Outta Compton was such a hit. But Law Abiding Citizen was his last movie in 2009. That movie made $73 million on a $50 million budget. Not bad. Probably did fine counting foreign and video, all that. 73 solid money. And 6 years before he got another movie out.
Yeah, but I mean, look, you got to consider the way Hollywood works. I'm sorry, I'm totally blanking on his name, but the guy who wrote and directed Creed.
Oh yeah,
Ryan Coogler,
who is now like the black director in Hollywood. That guy has so many projects lined up right now, and I think it's of course, because he's proven that he can make good movies.
Right.
But it seems like the Hollywood establishment is like, hey, here's the black guy who
he makes a
knows
bomb.
how to make black movies that appeal to the mass audience. Let's pile the work on this guy. And
Actually,
like you were just saying,
I don't
Tymon,
know where you're saying he's got piles of work. He has Black Panther, and guess when that comes out? But it's a complex movie, so I'll give it that.
And it's part of the Marvel universe. It's all right. Maybe not piles of work, but you're hearing his name being thrown around a lot. He is the black director du jour, and my theory is. And this isn't just with directors or with black people, but the way Hollywood functions is something is hot and everybody wants a piece of it right now. And as soon as something else comes along, they forget about it.
Yeah, and there are certain things that they don't want to see.
I say it, not to objectify the black man, but that is how Hollywood works. It is, people are objectified in Hollywood. Whoa, big surprise!
Right.
But that is what happens. They're filed into rows and columns by what they do. Be it directing, acting, producing, by the color of their skin, and of course by the box office on their last project.
Right, and also if they can get, sometimes you got to reach outside, like the BBC. Is backing movies, backing TV shows, and everything. It depends on where you're also getting your money from to support a lot of the stuff. Was not Blair Witch Project was made for $40,000. Okay, there's stuff out there. Woody Allen is getting stuff green lighted and everything, but they don't cost a lot of money. They're already proven that you can make money. So once you prove that you can make money, you can start getting things together to continue to put stuff out on your own. I believe instead of waiting for someone, reach out to the people out there from the Oprahs and the basketball players. All these you got guys out there are fucking millionaires. Get out there and have them promote your stuff. Get on the Twitter page. Market your movies and everything. Get stuff out there done because that's what they're doing now.
But let me ask you a question, and this is going to sound completely naive and somewhat leading, which I imagine it's sort of meant to, but. Do you think there's in every community people? Oh God, this is so poorly thought out. I apologize in advance. But do you think that there are you're talking about basketball players, Oprah kind of off the table for this. But there are guys out there, black dudes with multi-millions in the bank, who really don't give a shit about the black struggle or racial politics or anything. They just want to make theirs, And basketball happens to be the way they did it, and so there you go. They're falling into certain stereotypes.
If you were looking for financing, is what I'm saying. If you have a script or you have a TV show or a movie, and you're trying to find, because usually it comes down to money, and distribution. But if you can find someone that will help finance a movie that you have, and hey, man, it's something that's great. You got the right talent in the movie, and you can push it forward. That's what you want. You want to get your stuff out there. And a lot of guys, the reason why you don't probably see it, they don't get the financing that they need for their movies or their scripts, or which is very, very important. You got the Magic Johnsons of the world. You have Robert Johnson, who owned BET, which Stacey Dash said everyone should get rid of, BET and get rid of the Black History Month. But my thing is, you sat there and made money off black projects, but now you're on a white station, you don't want nothing to do with black people. Oh, okay.
Well, and again, I think that comes down to where's the money coming from. It's like.
And she's
Carl, as long as you're busy on the IMDb, what was the last thing Stacey Dash did, movie or TV wise? Because I know now she is if known at all in any circles, she's much more known for being a talking head on Fox News.
Right.
Well, she was on the game on which people point out on BET for 2009, 2011. Since then, some show called Single Ladies. I don't know what that is.
They booted her off of that.
Oh, for what channel was that on?
That was, I don't know. It was a black station. They booted her off because she got into it with what's her name? Lisa Ray. Yeah.
Well, then she's also.
Was that a reality show? Is Stacey
Yeah.
Dash single? Benny?
Yeah.
No, but there's since then she's had a little bit of work, but nothing I've heard of.
Nope.
Cloudy with a Chance of Love, TV movie. Patient Killer, Lap Dance, Blue.
I'd pay for that. No, that's horrible and sexist.
And they talk about all the black magazines that she's been on, from King Magazine and all these other things she's done. She's talking out of the side of her neck, and then she'll basically shoot herself in the foot.
She's trying to stay relevant and make money.
Yeah, and basically you're going to burn it. And then she says, well, there shouldn't be Black History Month. And the only reason why Black History Month was created because there was no black history being talked about. If we'd have, because of what was going on, when they actually started McGraw-Hill Publishing really didn't start putting out history books of black history when you were in school, for all of us to know, it was the 60s. And really all you got was Martin Luther King and George Washington Carver, and, that was it. And now if you want more on black, you either go find it on your own, or now you have to take, hopefully in college, you'll take an African-American studies, or to find out. But they could have avoided all of this if they would have put in this made history and told all the history instead of trying to keep it under wraps. I'll only tell you this stuff. I'm not going to tell you about that story. So you have a black, and then they're complaining because it's a small month.
I didn't really hear about the Tulsa race riots until like 2 years ago.
Well, people don't even know that about Black Wall Street because of there was a city, a thriving black city in Oklahoma that was burned to the ground the same way Donald Trump is pushing the narrative about and that the poor, dumb whites or whoever, the underbelly or whatever, is listening to him, okay? That's how they push the same type narrative, and they burned down that city. And they lynched a lot of people. That type of stuff didn't come out. And you're just hearing about it because of guys that, your Henry Louis Gates of the world, who put out history and wanted you to know. And you're saying, damn, I didn't know they did that. No, because they didn't want you to know, because they don't want you to have that knowledge. They want you to think that, America, we never did anything wrong. Dude, we just passed. I'm 51. Civil rights was just passed in 64. So that should tell you, how things,
And think about it. Speaking of Black Messiahs, the same year. What is the coincidence? The Voice of Black Reason was born the same year that the Civil Rights Act was brought upon us.
Yes.
And so, anyways, we got to wrap it up, guys. We're well over an hour. So, So,
let's do another hour. Let's do next week's show too.
Sure. Okay. So, anyways, anybody got anything you want to plug?
Yes.
I don't.
Yes, I'm going to be at Flappers on Wednesday, February 3rd. It's the Friend Zone show, so I'm bringing up somebody who's never done stand-up before. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And I'm in the Belly Room of the Comedy Store on February 4th, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Jody Miller, Suna Bilstead, Crystal Oates. Yes.
Great show.
Yeah.
Oh, she still does that?
Yeah.
Suna Bilstead, Crystal Oates, and Jody Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Jody Miller, but boy, it's rough. Like, I have trouble with bringer shows. Like, nobody ever comes, and then I look like a schmuck, and they don't want to deal with it.
Don't worry about it, Carl. You always look like a schmuck. Hey-oh! And speaking of looking like a schmuck, Carl is going to be looking like a schmuck tomorrow, Sunday night.
I'm telling a story.
As will I. I will also be looking like a schmuck, but the hosting schmuck at the Seismic show at Muse on 8th over at 8th and La Brea, just south of Wilshire. Sunday night, just after 7 o'clock. Free show, amazing vegetarian food, which I say as a carnivore, might have a surprise guest. Fun lineup, going to be a good time. And if you're worried about having to work early on Monday, we'll get you out of there by 9.
All right.
All right.
So thanks a lot, folks, for listening. And until next time, I don't know what to say. But anyway, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.